flight attendant is trained to handle anything, from the routine
Check to see that your seatbelt is securely fastened
to the terrifying. And when that happens, training saves lives.
They call it boot camp, and we are, merciless.
I'm gonna feel like a huge failure if I do get sent home today.
Before any flight attendant takes off, she must be prepared for the possibilities no one likes to think about. Because keeping passengers comfortable is easy. Keeping them safe, that's the hard part. The preparation begins at flight attendant school. In this episode of Flight Attendant School.
I got airsick on one of my training flights, and it could cause me to not pass my IOE.
I got a phone call this morning about 8:15 stating that Heather had essentially no-showed for her IOE.
Do you understand what the process is now?
It's the middle of the 6th week of flight attendant school, and the final countdown toward graduation has begun. But before any student earns their wings, they must pass their most critical hands-on training test, the Initial Operating Experience, or IOE.
I'm excited. Just the excitement of actually getting up there and doing what you've been learning how to do. Now we know it all, and it's time to go up and fly.
I was actually really excited to do my IOE because I knew that the end was here, and I was completely prepared to go on my IOE, and I was going to Fort Lauderdale for the day.
You know, my biggest concern today is probably just forgetting something stupid. There's so much to remember. I mean, so that's my biggest concern, is just forgetting something dumb.
Even though Chris breezed through his flight attendant training, he's about to perform his IOE with supervising flight attendant Judith, who has very high expectations.
Okay,
Check
put
underneath.
your doors next, and then we'll go to catering.
Okay. I mean, I think I know what I'm doing. I feel comfortable. I mean, although I'm a little nervous at times, it is a lot of common sense, so it's really not rocket science. Okay.
All the equipment good?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the things that have to be done before you can close the main entry door?
Brief your exit row.
Brief your exit
Make sure all the bags are stowed.
What's an APU?
That would be the auxiliary power unit.
Very good. Okay, what was that?
That was a ding.
Now, what is the A doing? Well, what should she be doing? Okay, now do you need to tell her that you've, now is there something that you should do before you do that? Did you miss any? Can you go ahead and do your announcement right now? What are you going to do before you start that announcement? What do we do after that announcement? I need a confidence level when I evaluate Chris that I know that he can come out here and be a productive member of the flight attendant team.
Or disarm.
Well, that was the final thing that you had an opportunity to screw up on. And you didn't. Congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
Welcome to Frontier.
Doing my IOE today, it felt good, so it does feel like I've made the right decision. Not only just being at Frontier, but just doing the job itself. And I'm just looking forward to getting to work and just doing it. Well, I think everyone in the house will pass. I think we've all got our stuff together.
After succeeding on his IOE, Chris feels confident that the rest of his classmates will pass. However, Heather's initial operating experience is not going as planned.
This is your final boarding call for flight number 386 with service to Fort Lauderdale. If you have a confirmed seat, you need to be here at the gate marked A24. Thank you.
I am Heather's check flight attendant today, and I have not seen Heather and do not know where she's at. So right now, Heather will not be able to do her IOE today. She will not be able to go on the flight. Anytime you're late, that's just grounds for stopping the IOE right there. It is possible that Heather may be terminated from missing her IOE or being late today.
No, so I think I'm gonna get fired.
Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
I did everything in my power to try to get to the crew lounge on time.
The flight attendant's name is Heather. Somebody's employment is hinging on this.
A trainee's final training flight, the IOE, is a make or break situation. If a trainee doesn't pass, they won't get their wings. Heather was scheduled to check in for her final training flight at 7:10 in the morning, an hour before departure.
This is your final boarding call for flight number 386 with service to Fort Lauderdale.
Tardiness can be grounds for termination if it's determined that the trainee is responsible for being late. Heather is not the only flight attendant trainee who was delayed this morning, as Sarah finds herself behind schedule as well.
This morning, we had a couple situations I was concerned about. One is the Fort Lauderdale crew. They were missing their IOE. I heard her name was Heather. And we were worried about Sarah. We thought she might be late. She got about 2 minutes prior to arrival. But with this type of job, you can never be late, not even 1 minute.
Flight attendants, prepare doors for departure and cross-check. I actually got there with like 2 minutes to spare, which was a very scary, scary thing.
Despite a rough start, Sarah is able to pull herself together and pass her IOE.
From one flight attendant to another, welcome aboard. It's nice to have you with us.
Being late is definitely not worth risking this job for, and I was thinking that I was leaving in plenty of time in case something did happen, but apparently I wasn't. Heather also had her IOE flight today, and I heard there might be some problems about her being late, and I really hope that Heather was not late. To go through a month and a half of training and to lose it now would just be almost devastating.
While Sarah's check-in time was a close call, Heather missed her IOE entirely. After reporting in late, Heather is instructed to return to the training center while her instructors investigate the circumstances of her missed IOE flight.
Tell me what's going on. Tell me what about the events this morning.
I went and I was stuck on the bus.
Where we are in the process now is we're essentially an investigation stage. And what time do you think you got through the turnstile?
I know it was before 7, like I should have had plenty of time to get over there and be there at 7:10.
Okay.
There was another Frontier flight attendant sitting across from me, and she just was like, it's never like this. Like, we stopped 4 or 5 times out on the runway, and that's why I just was like, what should I do? I was like, I'm gonna call everybody that I can to let them know I am here. I'm just stuck out on the bus. I did everything in my power to try to get to the crew lounge on time, and Frank had also mentioned in all of our classes that if we ran into any sort of circumstance to call, call whoever we could, and I called my IOE check flight instructor, I called the crew lounge, and everyone knew the fact that I was there, but I just was having problems on the bus.
You're not sure what time you arrived at the bus?
Mm-mm.
We're trying to back up as much as we can as to what times Heather reported, what time she made phone calls, so that we can make sure that there wasn't some highly unusual bus situation or badging situation, something that we would have to weigh differently than just we cut it a little too close. Okay, and that call went out at what time?
7:13.
Okay, let's see.
The next step in the investigation is to find out from DIA what time Heather swiped her badge this morning in order to verify her story. All flight attendants swipe their badge at a turnstile to access the shuttle bus, which then takes them to the crew lounge for check-in. Heather's check-in time was 7:10, so she should have allowed at least a half hour for the bus ride to get her there on time.
The flight attendant's name is Heather. This is somebody's employment is hinging on this, and it'll, as soon as we get the information, that's how we make our decisions. All I'm saying at this point is that we need to investigate all sides before we make a big decision on someone's employment.
Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
I got a phone call this morning about 8:15 stating that Heather had essentially no-showed for her IOE.
Let's get our ducks in a row first, and then speak with her.
At Denver International Airport, the students are completing their IOEs, or Initial Operating Experiences, the last hands-on training exercise they must pass before they earn their wings. Sharon will be flying with supervising flight attendant Loretta, who will be watching her every move.
I'm really nervous about my IOE because I got airsick on one of my training flights. I'm pretty sure I need to puke. I'm just praying that I don't get airsick. It's harder to do your job correctly, and it could cause me to not pass my IOE. All right. A banana nut or blueberry? Banana nut? All right. We're almost done with the first part of the flight, and it's actually been really good. The passengers have been great. My stomach was actually fine during takeoff. Landing is a little bit more at risk. I've been drinking more water than normal to try to help it. So maybe some good food in my tummy will help too.
As Sharon takes the right steps to manage her air sickness, another situation catches her by surprise. During snack service, Sharon discovers firsthand that a passenger is intoxicated when the passenger suddenly starts asking about her CPR skills.
CPR? Yeah, well, we got it. What about it? How many breaths? Are you on it? Yeah. How many breaths? On an infant or an adult? 15 to 2. When we got to serving her drinks, she reconfirmed if we knew CPR, and she's just extra friendly, very animated. So I went to ask Loretta, and before I even said anything, Loretta was like, yes.
I know that you're real nervous about flying, but we're going to ask that you tone it down just a teeny tiny bit. That's okay, that's okay. It's just something we have to address.
But Loretta did feel like she needed to step in and say, you might want to watch it because they can deny you boarding if this happens again. And she was very apologetic, but I think Loretta handled it good, and so she didn't make her feel stupid or anything like that.
With Sharon's initial operating experience now over, it's up to her supervising flight attendant, Loretta, to decide whether she's ready to fly.
All the stuff was satisfactory. Everything was great.
Sharon did a great job. She really did. She was very active in doing what needed to be done.
Thank you. Welcome, sweetie. Congratulations.
I passed my IOE. It's very relieving. I enjoyed the whole flight. Great crew, and the comfort level was wonderful. So.
Meanwhile, back at the training center, Heather must wait while the instructors investigate the circumstances behind her missing her IOE flight this morning.
It isn't very common, but we do lose people on the final. We have in the past. And it's a really tough blow. It's really devastating to the instructors because we've brought them so far, and they're almost there, and this is a job that people dream about.
Frank has been waiting for a phone call from DIA to verify what time Heather badged in this morning. The time she swiped her badge at DIA's turnstile will determine whether Heather allowed enough time to get to her check-in time of 7:10. While he's waiting to hear back from DIA about Heather's badge-in time, Frank informs Senior Director Pam about the situation.
Hey, Frank.
Hi.
So what happened today?
I got a phone call this morning about 8:15 from Doris stating that Heather had essentially no-showed for her IOE.
Have we had any other incidents of Heather being late?
Nope. Nothing.
All right. Well, let's get our ducks in a row first, and then speak with her.
Although it may appear that an employee is going to lose his or her employment, sometimes we get a nugget of information at the very end that tells us differently. Hi, Renee. First, were you able to find the information? Huh?
Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
We actually went down and tracked in the times. Do you understand what the process is now?
The The instructors have been waiting to find out what time Heather swiped her badge at the DIA turnstile this morning. Her badge-in time could determine whether Heather stays or will be terminated from flight attendant training.
Come on, phone ring. Hi, Renee. First, were you able to find the information? Okay. Huh? 709?
Hey.
Hi. I got a verbal from DIA Access Services.
709?
Through the turnstile.
According to the report from DIA, she came in at 0709. Her report time was 7:10, which means she gave herself a minute to get from the air side, which is usually a 15-minute process, to check in. Hi, Heather. You know what, why don't you have a seat? Well, the process has taken some time. We actually went down and tracked in the times. Do you know what time that you clocked in at the airside turnstile?
I don't know.
All right. The time said 0709.
Okay.
All right. Do you understand what the process is now?
That I'm let go. Yeah.
Do you understand why?
Just because I was late.
All right. We do appreciate everything that you've done. We really do. And it's never easy to let any of our students go. And you are no exception.
How this works is you can reapply in 6 months.
Okay.
Okay. And personally, I would encourage you to consider that option to go through the process again.
Would I have to go through the whole class to do it again, or just
Yes,
the IOE?
absolutely.
Okay.
I put this up there with the worst of employment decisions that Pam and I have to make. It's extremely unfortunate.
Heather, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, absolutely.
I hate this. I hate this in the worst way. And not just for Heather, I hate that any student would have gotten to this point and dealt with these issues. It's happened before. I hate it every time it happens.
After Pam and Frank released me, I think I was more in shock, but in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I didn't do anything wrong here. I did everything that they told me that I should do in the situation, and I kind of felt that it was unfair.
It just makes me sad. I mean, it's hard because Heather has been with us for 5 weeks now, and we're at the very end. She's invested a lot of time here at Frontier, so it's very hard to lose her.
After being terminated from the program, Heather returns to the house to collect her belongings.
When I got back to the house, Sharon and Katrina were there, and they were getting ready to go out for the day. I was still in shock and trying to process what just took place, and I just wanted to grab my stuff and go home to my family.
Heather.
Yeah?
What time is your IOE? I didn't get to go on it.
Sharon and I are the only people in the house today. We're getting ready, and we hear Heather come home. So I stuck my head out of the bathroom. I said, I thought you were, doing your IOE. And she basically said, nope, I didn't get to do it. I'm going home.
I'll see you guys in like 6 months.
You don't want to talk about it?
Talk to you guys later.
Okay. She was kind of shut off, like, probably how I would have been, just probably processing a lot and putting emotions on pause until you can get your wits about you.
I can get it, you guys.
We got it. Shut up.
Oh.
She took it better than I would have taken it. I mean, it's her IOE, the last hump before we're done.
Like, I should have made it, but the bus stopped like 4 or 5 times, like, on the runway. And I was calling everybody. I was calling Dawn, the lady. I was calling the crew. Wow, it just sucked. There was nothing they could have done, so.
She and I were never really close, but living with somebody there is a certain degree of closeness, and I did care, and I do care that that happened to her. I wanted her to know that it was genuine. Do you want to come back in 6 months?
Huh?
Do you want to come back?
I don't know. We'll see. I think that because it was training, that they should be more flexible. But I'm moving on from Frontier at this moment. We'll see how I feel in 6 months. Call us.
All right. We do tell our students that they need to plan accordingly. Inclement weather, the bus situation, so Heather just cut herself too short on this one, unfortunately.
On the next episode of Flight Attendant School.
You guys have just been sent down to reserve. You have 1 minute to pack your bags.
Them telling me I need to get my luggage ready, I was shocked.
Are you insane?
Throwing cake in each other's face is really irritating when you're trying to study.
Take a deep breath.
The final is a one-shot only. There's no retakes.
We had a couple people miss a little more than we'd like.
I know I got questions wrong.
The last hurdle is to show up to graduation on time.
Smile, here we go.
A flight attendant is trained to handle anything, from the routine
Check to see that your seatbelt is securely fastened.
to the terrifying. And when that happens, training saves lives.
They call it boot camp, and we are, merciless.
I'm gonna feel like a huge failure if I do get sent home today.
Before any flight attendant takes off, she must be prepared for the possibilities no one likes to think about. Because keeping passengers comfortable is easy. Keeping them safe, that's the hard part. The preparation begins at Flight Attendant School. In this episode of Flight Attendant School.
You guys have just been sent down on reserve. You have 1 minute to pack your bags.
Are you insane?
Throwing cake in each other's face is really irritating when you're trying to study.
The last hurdle is to show up to graduation on time.
Smile, here we go.
It's the 6th and final week of Flight Attendant School, and the students who have made it through this grueling program are preparing for the final exam. To break the tension, the instructors decide to have some fun with the students by surprising them with an early morning packing drill.
We're going to barge in their front door, give them a little wake-up call this morning, tell them they have 1 minute to pack for a 2-day trip, just like if they were called out on reserve for a quick overnight. Then we're going to analyze their bags and make sure they packed appropriately.
Good morning. What is your wake-up call? You guys have just been sent down on reserve. You have 1 minute to pack your bags for a 2-day trip. Go, go, go! Go, go! What are you doing? Pack your bags. Let's go.
They're joking, right?
The look on Chris's face this morning when Marco pulled out the megaphone was unbelievable. I think he thought we were coming to cook breakfast.
Making breakfast?
30 seconds. What are you doing?
I'm ready to go. Sort of.
Well, I just kind of hustled and threw a couple things in my bag and threw it down the stairs.
Look out below!
15 seconds. Let's go.
It totally caught me off guard. For a couple seconds, I was like, where are we going for 2 days? And I was like, oh yeah, it's probably just a packing thing.
All right, that's time. Come on down.
Looks good.
You guys did good. A few of you may want to pack a little bit more efficiently, maybe. Stacey, next time, maybe try to get your clothes in the bag. You know, we could start with that. In real life, they could be called out at any time while they're on reserve, so I think this drill this morning was a big success.
With graduation in a couple of days, Senior Director of In-Flight Training, Pam, is preparing the students for tomorrow's critical final exam.
This is the end of the big climb, and it's a very thick examination. and it covers the entire program. You successfully completed your IOE, and now, yay! And now it's time to focus on your flight attendant manual as well as your handbook.
Going into the final exam is nerve-wracking because if we fail this, we could fail the program. So that adds more pressure to this test in comparison to all the others.
This is absolutely paramount.
I'm very stressed out about it because there's no retake and it's a compilation of the whole 6 weeks. I'd hate to come all this way and only to fail.
The students go home to study for the final exam.
Going through all the training that we've done, and it all comes down to this one test. You know, it kind of sucks.
Okay, what is going on up there? Is there like furniture being moved up here or what? That would hurt. Are you insane?
Katrina tries to study, but she's distracted when a food fight breaks out upstairs.
No! Okay!
We probably should have been studying for our final, but we were just blowing off steam and had a food fight. It was pretty fun.
Going into the test tomorrow, I haven't gotten as much studying done as I would like to.
Okay, I didn't.
I'm sorry, but when you are 20+ years old, throwing cake in each other's face is just not something I think of, and it's really irritating when you're trying to study. If I failed a test and didn't get through training, it would just not be a good thing.
Stacy, are you crazy?
Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
Once again, I'm the last one in the room. I think we're all really nervous about this one.
I know I got questions wrong.
We got a couple people miss a little more than we'd like.
Today is final examination day. There will be no retakes. All students must pass this test to stay in the program.
I'm really nervous about this test. It's every exam from the first day before we even started class.
Katrina has a reason to be concerned. Throughout the training, she's had difficulty dealing with the pressure that comes with every new test.
Who's next? I freak out when it's cramp time. I can't look at you, sorry. As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that seatbelts locate the nearest exit as we demonstrate. It's a big deal, you know, if you don't pass, you're done. Going through all the training that we've done, it all comes down to this one test. So I think we're all a little iffy about this one.
I'm pretty stressed out going into this final exam. It's do or die, basically, at this point. You know it or you don't.
I studied last night as much as I could, and then I fell asleep, so, you know, if what's meant to be will be.
In an effort to ease tension, some instructors try to break the ice by wearing something a little unconventional.
All right, you guys. Remember, it goes back to the very beginning, but you guys know all this stuff. So the cue cards can go away. You know.
Once again, I'm the last one in the room, but it's because I double check and recheck everything. Like some questions I think I read 3 or 4 times just to make sure that I was reading it, you know, the right way.
The students wait outside as the instructors grade exams.
I know I got questions wrong. Every test I've got some wrong, so I just wonder if I've missed the cusp or not. Because if you miss more than 26, you're gone.
There is definitely a nervous energy out here. There's some people who really feel like they didn't pass.
Everyone did well on the test?
The students are summoned back for the results of their exam.
All right, we have some news for you guys.
Well, congratulations.
Good job. When we figured out that everyone had passed, there was high fives, there was hugs, there was more tears, and it was just overall happy.
With 6 weeks of testing successfully completed, the students have one last chance to unwind and enjoy each other's company.
Me and the rest of the house are gonna go to dinner, kind of like a final dinner with all of us together and celebrate, drink, and just laugh. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's right. I'm rolling out a 15-passenger van. That's hot.
Hanging out as a group reminds them all of who's missing. Heather, their roommate, who was recently fired from Frontier.
To Heather.
Oh, we miss Heather. Oh, do this for Heather.
No, we miss Heather. It feels weird that she's not here.
I got a little emotional today in class.
Nobody really talked about her being gone, and that hurt my feelings. It was like, she's just as important as anybody else.
I'm disappointed that she was released. I have to respect, the decision that was made, but I don't necessarily have to agree with it.
No one was there to see exactly how late she was or anything like that.
It sucks that Heather was released. I would definitely want Heather to be at graduation. I wish she was there in uniform with us, and it's too bad that she won't be.
I'm definitely glad I did this. I don't think I would have had relationships that I do now. I'd probably been a loner in the class, you know what I mean? Come in, do my stuff, and go home.
We would have made fun of her, huh?
It's kind of sad. It's the last time that we'll all be together before we start going off in our own different directions.
To each and every one of you, when I first met you, I didn't like you, and 6 weeks later, I still don't.
Hey! I hear you.
That's funny.
Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
We are heading off to graduation now, so in a couple hours we'll be done.
The last hurdle is to show up to graduation on time.
Smile, here we go.
It's the morning of their graduation from Flight Attendant School, and the students decide to head to a local salon so they can look their best when they get their wings.
Today is graduation, and we all wanted to look good, so we decided to kind of get an updo, and some of us are going to get a little makeup done.
My husband and my parents and my husband's parents are all coming to graduation, and it'd be nice to look nice for them.
I'm pretty easy.
Okay. So he was able to use your imagination.
Looks great. Beautiful.
Parlor was awesome. It had a great atmosphere, but also they were also personable, and you really felt like they knew what they were doing.
Oh, look at me.
It's cool to make a big deal out of us graduating and everything, so it'll be fun.
Sure. You are ready to go. Right.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. You guys look fantastic. Thank you.
We are heading off to graduation now, so in a couple hours we'll be done.
The students' final task in order to complete the flight attendant training is to arrive on time for graduation.
Today is graduation. We're at Wings Over the Rockies Air Museum in beautiful Aurora, Colorado.
The last hurdle was today, and that was to show up to graduation on time. This is the last event where they're involved with the training department, so it was our responsibility to make sure that they showed up on time. Everyone showed up on time, so everyone graduates, and we're very grateful for that.
Well, congratulations. It's finally here. You guys did awesome.
Very, very proud of you. This is something we knew you could do from day one.
I'm definitely proud of myself. Graduation, it'll just be kind of a confirmation of everything that I've accomplished.
Go out and have a really awesome party. Yay!
Graduation is the highlight of the entire 6 weeks. This is the day that brings it all together, and this is what makes it all worthwhile.
Go out and have fun.
It's a great thing as instructors to see them succeed and kind of push them out of our nest.
Smile, here we go.
Attention in the boarding area. We are pleased to announce the arrival of the graduates of 0503. Please stand for the boarding process. Today we're celebrating the graduation of 34 individuals who have successfully completed our flight attendant training school. We're also celebrating because it's new members to our Frontier family.
I felt neat to walk out there and have everyone see us in our uniforms.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, when I saw Annie, I had never seen her in her uniform before. And when I saw her, I started feeling tears welling up because she looked like the spitting image of my mom when she was a flight attendant. It was just a really neat moment.
Thank you for coming. My name is Pam Gardner. I'm the Senior Director of Training and In-Flight Services. These 33 individuals in front of you have successfully completed our flight attendant training. This evening, they will earn their flight attendant wings. Tomorrow, they will join the most exceptional corps of safety professionals in this industry.
Today, there's just such a sense of accomplishment, and you feel proud for all of your classmates. You feel proud for yourself, and it just makes you emotional just because everything that's happened, and we all did it. It's exciting.
It's kind of been a security blanket being in training. Now they're going out into the world on their own. A lot of them commented that they'd like to stay behind in training forever, you know, but it's now time for them to go and spread their wings.
There's one last thing these students must do before they can take to the air: receive their wings. Coming up on Flight Attendant School.
We have a little video presentation to show you. It's time to pin some wings. What do you say?
The flight attendant's graduation ceremony culminates with the pinning of the wings. Each student has invited someone special to come on stage and pin the wings on their uniform.
The wing pinning ceremony signifies the fact they have completed training and now they can go out and fly as a flight attendant.
It's time to pin some wings. What do you say?
Our first flight attendant we'd like to call up is Chris.
This is my dad, Paul. My wings mean that I achieved what I wanted to, because I remember I kept seeing the Frontier planes every time I went to work, and I kept thinking, God, I want to work for them, I want to work for them. And I decided that's what I was going to do, and I did it.
Next, Andy.
This is my older sister. It's my mom. I gave you that $20 bill later for it.
She's just been beaming ever since. In fact, even her best friends said there's been a transformation in her since she's been here at school. I'm very proud of her.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katrina. This is my second family here. It's been a great 6 weeks. I got to the end. I didn't think I would, and here I am.
Sharon.
This is my dad. He's my hero.
I was really excited when my husband pinned my wings on.
I'm really glad to be here.
It makes you feel proud.
William.
It's been a long road to get here. However, I want to thank all my classmates because they become my family. The training was hard for me, but I'm glad I got my wings, and I'm glad it's over.
Hi, my name is Suzette, and I'd like to thank my classmates who helped me when I had major test anxiety.
My mom pinned my wings on, and meant a lot because she's kind of had to put up with me for 24 years, and she believes in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our newest flight attendants? At this time, we have a little video presentation to show you of kind of a recap of what the last 6 weeks have looked like.
Hey, you guys. Ready for orientation?
At this time, please direct your attention to the flight attendants in the aisle. There are 2 door exits in the front.
Bend over, rest down. Bend over, rest down.
Wait.
No one is paying attention.
challenging, it's rigorous. If this were easy, everyone would do it.
Go, William!
I can't do this.
All right.
Well, got one that's still one.
Now, actually, you need to put up that one.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Believe in what you know, okay? We are trained professionals. That's what we do.
Congratulations.
Yay, thank
Welcome
you.
to Frontier.
Each and every one of us are gifted with the ability to make a difference. All it takes is one passenger at a time, one flight at a time. Go out and make a difference for us. Be proud of who you are and the company you work for. Welcome aboard.
With graduation behind them, the students are now officially flight attendants. Many of them will be flying in a matter of hours.
I'm really excited for them because I know real soon I'll be seeing them walk down that concourse and they may be getting on my plane.
It's always hard to say goodbye to this class. We bond with them, but it is time to push them out of the nest, and they'll fly.
Good to fly with you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Right.
Now that I'm a flight attendant, I'm surprised I'm here. I'm surprised I passed 26 tests, got through 6 weeks of training. I'm just shocked.
I'm so excited. I mean, it's just really cool to know that this is my job, you know. My office is up in the air, and I get to work with great people, and it's a good feeling.
From this experience, I'm definitely taking away a career, but beyond that, I'm taking a little bit more confidence in myself and that I'm someone that can be trusted with the lives of passengers, and I'm confident in that.
We've accomplished so much. I'm a flight attendant officially. People are gonna ask me what I do, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm a flight attendant.
Oh, my chest! Okay, go now.
See you for CPR.
Hi, my name is William.
This wasn't used, was it? We are going to have a fantastic day today. It's going to be a full day. Roll your sleeves up.
Dude, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Inflate the slides here and here. Y'all think it's hilarious.
Stacy!